Everybody, let's give Mr. Andy Coffin another hand. The CEO of our company. Definitely servant leader. Everybody give yourselves a hand, getting up at 7 o'clock a.m. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Everybody put your seatbelts on. We'll probably have 42 minutes. Can everybody, who processes information really quickly? Raise your hand. Stand up if you process information really quickly. Some of y'all still trying to process what I just said, right? What does he mean by that, right? All right, y'all, that's something. How many people see themselves becoming one of the top leaders in the United Kingdom? How many people see themselves becoming one of the top leaders in Europe? How many people see themselves on the world stage and becoming one of the top leaders in planet marketing worldwide? Stand up if you see yourself becoming, right? Planet worldwide, top leaders, right? Great time. Because most of what I am going to be talking about throughout the day is you got to see yourself. Right? A lot of people don't see themselves becoming financially independent or wealthy in their lifetime. You see yourself really. If you were like I was growing up, I watched all TV programs that had to do with wealth. Cartoons that had rich kids and people. That was my cartoon. Anybody like that? How many people really, today, envision yourself? You're going to see a lot of speakers, you're going to hear a lot of great things, but how many people can really see themselves, teaching on this stage? Confidence. I was talking to a group yesterday, and I introduced a word. I'm going to introduce a word today. 2 words called supreme confidence. Anybody like to have supreme confidence? What is that to you? What does supreme confidence mean? No hesitation.
No fear of future challenges. Bold, no fear.
Bold, right?
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. What would you attempt to do if you knew you couldn't fail? When you look at the chart, do you think about 1 star, or do you think about 9 star or 10 star? Right? 12 star. Thank you. Because at some point we're going to have a 10, 11, and a 12 once people hit that, right? How many people understand you got 1 shot? What does that mean? Anastasia, you take, 1 shot. Some people live life thinking that opportunities just keep coming. You can pass up the first 10. I'm gonna get the 11th one. I'm not ready right now, right? But the next time that something great comes my way, I'm gonna take advantage of it. How many people realize you don't know? You don't know what's next, and you have to take advantage of this. There's only, y'all remember this, you're gonna hear a lot of numbers today, but I want you to remember the number 662. There's only 662 agents in all of United Kingdom right now. And I'm gonna tell you that Mr. David Acosta has more than 662 people on his team. What does that mean? Baronet? He has more people in his organization than all of United Kingdom. He lives in the United Kingdom, but he's not limited to United Kingdom. Isn't that a big deal? Yeah. How many people would like to build in the US just as strong as they build in the UK? Why? Because you're not limited. You could very well have met Orlando Moore, Eileen Ross, and been a person who would like to have sponsored either one of those 2? How many people know there are people like that still waiting that have never even heard about Planet Marketing? So one of the things is about belief. How high is your belief? When I say supreme confidence, I mean you gotta know that you 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 know. You can't get on an airplane and think that you know how to fly that plane better than the pilot, right? You don't go to the doctor's office thinking that you know medicine better than if you know medicine better than your doctor, there's a problem, right? If you know law better than your attorney, there's a problem, right? But if you don't know this business better than your prospect, it's the same problem. I don't want my prospect telling me about my business. I don't want to tell my client about his business or her business, right? So today, you're gonna hear a lot of things. You're gonna hear people who are some of the greatest minds in the industry, but at the end of the day, if you don't see yourself doing it, you'll never do it. If you don't see yourself getting to, this is a $1 million income opportunity right now. And I'm gonna put it out there because, the opposite of fear is called faith. And the only reason why you wouldn't do it is because you don't think you can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Taryn, Andre, if you thought you could take a 140-pound opportunity and make $1 million, would you do it? If you think you can take 140 pounds one time and make 140 pounds a month, that would just make sense, right? So there are some questions that I get asked all the time, and then I listen to my leaders and I listen to the conversation. So I'm gonna rip through some of the things that you're gonna. How many people are here to build a team? Stand up if you're here to build a team. Thank you, that's enough. Good. Only got 42 minutes, right? So I want everybody to understand that if you're gonna be successful in life, you're gonna do what? In the United States, people may like or not like our president, but guess what? He built the strongest team. Whether you voted for him or not, right? Same thing. Build the strongest team. Whatever your favorite football team is, right? If they don't have the strongest team, they lose. Whoever builds the strongest team wins. Restaurants, right? I watched a restaurant here last night. They have a very strong team. I watched people moving across. Everybody knew their assignment. They had a very strong team. If you do not build a strong, this company has 17,000 active agents right now because we have a strong what? Team. Right? Corporate, outside, inside, everybody, when you look at this staff, when you look at the people here at this particular property, one of the best properties I've ever been to in the world, they have a strong what? Team. You are no different. If you do not build a strong team, you lose. And you have to start from you. You cannot sell until you are sold. Some people are trying to sell something that they have yet not believed in. You don't believe in it enough yet because your presentation is not bold, right? So you're trying to sell me. It's like me trying to tell Charles something. Charles, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna say, Charles, can you drink this? And he asked me. He said, did you drink it? I say, no. I want to see what happens to you if you drink it, right? I want to see you drink. That's not how it works, right? I've got to drink it first, be convicted, and then let you know that I want you, to see it. All right, consistency is the key. I don't care what you do. If you're trying to work out, if you want to be, if you wanted to be really cut for summer and really abs and worked out by summertime, you had to start when? No, you can't start now. It's summer. You had to start that last year. You had to work out, you had to go to the gym, you had to do all that. Anything you want to do, consistency is the key. Consistency, doing the simple things consistent over a period of time until it becomes a habit. If I'm racing Andre back to that wall right there, and he stops or he walks sideways, and I'm walking straight, who wins? The person with the most amount of consistency wins. I might not be the strongest, I might not be the fastest, but if I don't take breaks, when people tell me, I'm back, I already know you lost. That's buzzword for, I'm still trying to make up my mind whether I want to get this $1 million. Right? Everybody's going to be pumped up by tonight. By midnight, you're going to feel like flying home. But as soon as you talk to that first person, that first negative person, what happens? Done. A whole investment, the $100, whatever you spent to get here, all of it's gone. How long can you stay excited? Inspiration is what you get from other people. Motivation is what you're going to feel like tomorrow when you leave here and when you go talk to. Understand, I just know this, that 1% of the population of the world controls 99% of the wealth. What are those 1% doing that the other 99% is not doing? Consistency, belief, all those things. Knowing that they know that they know that they know that they know. Now, these are my keys. One, posture. Posture. If I'm talking to somebody and I believe in what I'm saying, how's my posture? This strong. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Right? This is conversation where I am the expert. I'm the expert. Somebody else knows your business better than you have a problem. Somebody else knows your product. Can anybody think of a better product than travel? We make a living by living. We sell recess. We sell life. Some people sell insurance, they sell death. Some people sell a product that when you use it, right? How can they outsell you when you sell life? You sell recess. I don't have to explain Disney to anybody. There's not even a Disney in the United Kingdom, is it?
Not yet.
But everybody heard of Disney? Raise your hand. Anybody like to go to Disney? Whether it's Florida, California, or France. How many people, right? Cruise ships. So our product is travel. You're gonna hear a lot, pay attention to it. There's some innovative things happening this weekend about the product that you sell. You're just getting started. This is the ground floor, this is the beginning of something, but everybody understand your product. Be a product of the product. You know, I love watching David DeCosta's calendar. And if you, whether you like David or not, you watching his calendar, you watch his schedule. You watch the fact that he's all over the world, and it's sexy. I don't care what anybody says, his schedule is sexy. Everybody agree with that, like, right? Everybody would like to have taken how many, David? 35 holidays?
33.
33 holidays. In the last what?
2 years.
2 years. And I know he's going to be in Fort Lauderdale with me on that yacht in about 45 days, right? And I know he's going to be in Atlanta. And I know he's going to be in Baltimore next April. And I know he's, right? Anybody like to have that freedom? Yes. That's the product that we sell. And if somebody is selling death and you're selling life and they outsell you, you have a confidence issue then. Product of the product. Our culture, winning culture. A winning culture of a company that's saying, we want you to break the bank. We want you to go out there and make as much money as you can. You don't have to worry about your pay. You're going to get it. If you make it, you hit it, you get it, right? It's a winning culture. Everything, Toby, you've heard me say this, John, you've heard me say this for the last year and a half. Everything we do in the United States, we're going to do where? In the United Kingdom. 65 million people in the United Kingdom, right? 734 million people in Europe. There's an opportunity, 662. Keep remembering that concept. Only 662. I'm telling you, with 17,000 active agents and the company is 18 months old. 662, there's a lot of promotions, a lot of money to be made between 662 and 17,000. So when Patricia, when that number catches up here, and the leaders catch up here and they decide whether they want to be the Shedrick White, whether they want to be the J.P. Watkins, the Eileen Ross, or the Orlando Moore of UK, right? Each of them by next year this time will be $1 million income earners. By next year this time, each of them. And the first one will hit it before the end of this year. And I need that, I need evidence. Anybody need to see somebody, like to see somebody, right, Warren? It's okay to say, man. And now I can say, man, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. Anybody that confidence now saying, it might take me a little longer, but I see what they're doing. I see how consistent Mr. Moore is. Last week I saw on his Facebook page he was in Cuba, right? I saw Eileen Ross in Cuba, now she's in London. Next week they're gonna be where? Back in, right? But they're gonna be grinding. Everybody say it's hard. Hard. Everybody say it's hard. Hard. It's hard being rich. No, say it. It's hard being rich. It's not funny. It's hard. Say it's hard being rich. It's hard being rich. But it's hard being poor. It's hard being poor. And I have to choose. I have to choose. Which hard would you like? It's gonna be hard anyway, right? Our culture is a winning culture where, again, edifying, uplifting, empowering each other, right? Working together. The leaders over here, they're going to be working together. They're going to be setting the pace. Orlando's going to be working with David. David's going to be working his downline. You know, again, Barrett, those guys came over. Alfred came over from the United States to do what? To help, to assist. Y'all, we're creating a winning culture where everybody's edifying, everybody's uplifting people, right? They say rich people talk about ideas and concepts when poor people talk about each other. That's it. So again, the culture is uplifting, edifying, right? Teaching each other, learning from each other. I love teaching because while I'm teaching, I'm learning. Right? I'm not holding anything back, I'm giving. I'm freely trying to give as much as I can, right? And if everybody has that attitude, we create a winning culture, right? And that's what we've done in the United States, and that's what we're doing in the United Kingdom. Our compensation plan, I'm going to say one blanket statement about it. It's the most aggressive compensation plan in the industry right now, period. And I said that when we started, but I didn't want to overemphasize it until you start seeing people earn it. You're going to ultimately realize that what you paid for at 140 pounds was a whole lot more, right, than you thought. You're going to see that this was designed to create millionaires. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but compensation plan, get to understand, you know, how the compensation plan really works. How many people agree that this is the most aggressive compensation plan? If you don't agree, then that means you just don't understand it. And it's okay. Get to understand it. Go to your website and study it. Go to the videos. Get to understand that matrix and why it's so powerful. Get to understand those first 3 boxes are the first 3 people that go into that matrix and why those 3 people are so important. Not just for you, but for the people that you're going to bring in. Understand it, right? You got to know, just like the pilot need to understand their numbers, you got to understand yours. Fair enough? And if you don't understand it, then it's not going to work. Your confidence is not going to be high. You're not going to be prepared. Don't always wait to get your leader on the phone to explain something that you should know. Next year this time, don't say, I'm new. Everybody likes doing that, Andre. Like, oh, I'm new. I just got started. When did you get started? 2000 what? No. Orlando, how long you got to say you knew? How long can you do it? 30 days? 30 days? 30 days. Leadership. You rise or fall according to the leadership. I am here. Andy Kaufman is here. The leaders are here because, again, we have the right leadership. I don't go anywhere where I don't have the right leadership. Why? Because you're wasting your time. I would not fly into another continent if I didn't have people, if I didn't have you. Everybody know I keep coming back, right? Trisha, because I got the right leadership, right? I know that there are people who are gonna go from 0 to 1 million. I know that, right? I don't know exactly all of them, who they are, but I recognize that, it's critical to have the right leadership. We have on your team, you gotta have right leadership. And now you gotta find the right leadership, and it's gotta start with you. It's gotta start with you. Timing. I don't say anything that's cliche-ish. Everybody say, oh, it's all about timing. Yeah, it is, but more important than timing is something called positioning. Everybody in this room is in the right place at the right time, but how many people are taking advantage of it? Timing is everything. 662, what does that mean? That means that you got here before there was 1,000 people in all of the United Kingdom. You got here before there was 1,000 people in all of Europe. So one day when you see that number flash and there's 20,000 people in the United Kingdom and there's 40,000 people in Europe, London is going to be the gateway to Europe for us. So one day when you see there's 16,662 people, you know there's 16,000 more people that joined since you sat here in this auditorium. The question is, how many of them are going to be in your pay line? What does that mean for you, right? I know Mr. DaCosta is thinking about, okay, I'm going to grow proportionally X amount of that number. Right now, he's over 100%. That means he has more people in his organization than all of the United Kingdom. And growing proportionally. Not looking back, not caring who starts, who stops, looking forward. He's going to run with the runners, walk with the walkers, and the ones who stand still, he's going to leave you alone. Fair? Not a babysitting business, it's not a daycare. Really. It's not. There should be, don't worry about the ones who don't do it. Spend time and focus on the ones who do it. One of my favorite formulas is run with the runners, walk with the walkers, and the ones who stand still. Don't be rude, just, right? People don't need help doing nothing. People always ask me, Bradley, what do you look for? The people that I coach, Mr. Moore, they don't, right? People always ask me, what do I look for? It's very simple, and I had to think about it over the years. Humility. Humility. It's strength under control. It's not weakness. It's strength under control, right? It doesn't mean you don't have a confidence. It doesn't mean you're not bold, right? Humility. You can be borderline cocky and have humility. You want your pilot to be borderline cocky, don't you? You don't want them, scared when you see them in the cockpit, concerned about how they're gonna get this plane off the runway. Your doctor, you don't want him nervous when he get ready going to operate well. But humility is strength under control. I need somebody is humble. I can teach them anything, right? Humility. I need a little bit of humility. Let me show you. No, I got it. I know how to do it. Let me show you. I don't have nobody, but let me show you. Mr. Moore, I know you just hit 3,000 people today, but let me show you how I think you should, think of. I'm a bronze builder. You got 3,000 people. Who should be listening to who? Sometimes, Mr. Moore, it's like that. You tell them that, and they do that, and wonder why they get no results. David DaCosta, you see that sometimes too, right? 100%. So what? You're the number one income earner in all of Europe, but let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how I would do it as a bronze builder. Hunger. Hunger. You do not have to teach a hungry woman or a hungry man how to eat. If somebody sees somebody, like a Cedric White, over 50 plus thousand dollars a month in 18 months, there's food there. Hunger. They gotta have a little bit of hunger. Some people are too casual, too complacent. Some people act like they got $1 million in their banking account and not doing well. Some people can be very comfortable in very uncomfortable environments. You should be, if you don't have enough to sustain your lifestyle for 6 months without receiving another check, you should be starving. Because if something happens and you don't have anything, right, you should be hungry right now while you can. The saying is, fix your roof before your ceiling starts leaking. Rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? Hunger means that you seize the opportunity during the lifetime of the opportunity. Don't wait till things change to get it. While it's there, right? Go get it. Hunger, poise. During my toughest days, when I was really in between blessings, right? That means I was broke, right? You would not know it unless I told you, because I didn't carry it that way. I'm poised about it, right? At that particular time, I got to, I'm in between blessings. It's coming, right? I always said I wanted to make $19,231 a week. You want to make $231 a week? I always said I got to get that to 19 now. Some of y'all can get that on the way home. But I felt like, and I wanted to project to you that I already had it. I didn't want to seem broken down, because I don't want to partner. You don't want to partner with somebody who's broken down. John, the first thing I told you is, man, I'm doing really bad. Life is beating me down. Life is happening. Can you partner with me? Don't sound attractive to you? But if I told you, we are getting ready to build the strongest team that this company has ever seen, and I need you on my team, would you partner with me? I didn't say I had anything. I didn't say I was a bronze golder yet. I just said, Taryn, we are about to build the strongest team that this company has ever seen. Not, oh man, guess what happened to me yesterday? I just lost, I don't even know how I'm gonna pay my 42 pounds this month. Right? Confidence, all those things, poise, posture, it has to be there. And it has to be real. And if you're reading, if you're studying, if you're at the weekly meetings, if you're at all those things, you're gonna feel that. And you're gonna stay around people who have that same type of energy. How many people don't like doing negative energy? If you don't like doing negative energy, don't ever give that to anybody. Don't dump it on somebody who's trying to win, because you zap them, right? Find yourself a group of people, again, Lorraine, right? That's positive, energetic, right? Even if how many people hear people say life is happening to me? Isn't that a good thing that life is actually happening to you? Don't you want life to happen to you? Right? And positivity, negative energy is you can't win that way. And some people around you, there'll be people here today. They out of all the positive energy, out of all the positive information, they're gonna find the one thing that's wrong and talk about it for the rest of the weekend. People like that. People like elevators. They either take you up or they take you down. Period. You either help or hurt. Passion. If I came to you and said, Mr. Moore, you don't want to join my business, do you? Absolutely not. Right? I was telling a young lady yesterday, I said, my energy, my passion for my business has to be high, has to be really strong. If I came to Jessica and said, Jessica, you didn't call me. I can change your life. And I walked away. Got a little, Jessica? Yeah. If I said that to you?
I was going to follow you and find that out.
Thank you. She couldn't get over the table fast enough, right? But if I came and said, I'm thinking about doing something, call me. Right, my passion, my enthusiasm. I mean, it don't have to take Orlando. I found it. Call me. My energy, my passion for what I'm doing, it's got to be high. People don't want to be, we have low energy in different sets. I don't have to find low energy. I can find it. It's everywhere. It's in a cubicle across the hall, right? But high energy, people like that all the time, the people I surround myself with, high energy. Anybody ever seen Andy Kaufman? Talk to him? Right? Jessica, anybody, when Jessica, when they get a dose of some of the things that you guys are bringing on, it's high energy. How many people want their energy to be higher all the time? I mean, set it at high. Right? I didn't say set it at crazy. There's a difference too, set it at high. So humility, hunger, poison, passion. How are you going to be in the travel industry and not be passionate about it? How are you going to be changing, if you're changing people's lives, aren't you going to be passionate about it? My core 3 characteristics. First of all, the great thing for me is that I don't need everybody. I don't need everybody. If I find the right 3 people, right? The right 3 people. What if I had on my team David DaCosta, Eileen Ross, and Orlando Moore? What just happened? What if I leave here today and I'm thinking, you know what? I need to call my friend David DaCosta. He's not in, hypothetically speaking, he's not in the business yet. But I say, you know what? I better call my friend David DaCosta. You know, I'm gonna call and see what Eileen and Orlando Moore. Well, and if I call them and say, meet me at my home today, you know, tonight, I'm so excited. I just left this conference. I want you 3 to take a look at something. What just happened? John, what just happened? And each of them get to my house and they say, you know what? We're gonna kill this. And all 3 of them sign up. What just happened? Charles, what just happened? Game over. Anybody agree with that? But the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. I can't be relying on them to be stronger than I am. And when they get over there, I need to have some answers. I need to have some answers. I'm not calling and waiting on anybody. I'm speaking authentically, sincere, to the best of my ability. I'm letting them know why I am 100% getting ready to get into this thing. I'm letting them know, honestly, that I'm getting ready to build the strongest team, John, that this company has ever seen. There's only 662 people in all of the United Kingdom. I see people making it in a month what I'm making in a year. And all I have to do is find the most talented people that I know and put them together and show them this, right? And everybody, they're not the only ones. There's a lot of people in the world like David DaCosta. There's a lot of people, you know, in the world like Eileen Ross, hungry. A lot of people like Orlando Moore, humility, hunger, poison, passion, right? There's some millionaires trapped inside themselves today, just waiting to get out, waiting to get the right affiliation, waiting to be around the right positive people, right? That can empower them, uplift them, right? You just gotta find them, one person at a time. I'm only looking for 3 people too, my eggs, flour, milk. I'm only looking for 3 people, really. And once I find those 3 people, I'm gone. Those 3 people are gonna get 35 people. I'm gonna be a 1-star director. And they're not gonna watch me be a 1-star director because the champion wants to get there themselves. They're gonna get 100 people so they can be a director. And guess what? Now I got 300, 2-star. They're not gonna stop at 1, they're gonna go to 2. Now they have 3 apiece. They're gonna keep going. And I'm not stopping with those 3. I said 3 at a time. That's my London team. And then I'm gonna call over into the States. And all I need is 1 over there to start the party, right? Andre, Taryn? Loyalty. This is what I'm looking for. I'm telling you, after 12 years, I got it down. What I look for, loyalty. Loyalty says that we talk to IntelliTravel and we let them know that what we're doing over here, and they're here. I don't have to get on the plane, I have to call them and say, are you coming? You know, I didn't have to check back. They're here. Loyalty says, on the weekly meetings, we're pulling up at the same time. We're getting there early, John told me. Why? Because we're going to build the strongest team. We need to be there early. Loyalty says we're going to stay late. When everybody else, how to beat everybody, I'm in early and I'm out late. Most people in late and out early. Sit in the back so they can leave before anybody see them. Really. How to beat everybody. Loyalty says our team, we're going to commit that we're gonna, right? I asked Mr. Moore, when we're gonna have 20,000 people? He said June 3rd, going into Eagle Weekend. I asked him that this morning. And Loyalty says we're gonna fight together to do that through the month of May, right? Loyalty. right? So I didn't have to say, ask Melody whether she's going to be here. She said she's going to be here. No, she's here. That's loyalty. Documentation. Documentation says that you got to get your first person. Now, I didn't say you had to be a director. Documentation says you get your first person, get your first check, now you're a professional. The difference between an amateur and a professional is one who gets paid. I have a camera, you have a camera, everybody has a camera, but who gets paid to take pictures? That means you're an amateur, right? In this business, when you get your first check, you go from amateur to professional. And I'm gonna highly recommend that you go from amateur to professional now to expert. Reading, 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 right? Reading. Did I say you need to read? Like, I need to understand more about leadership. I need to understand more about my business. The first thing I'm gonna read is my business, my back office. They're getting ready to introduce some travel stuff. Guess what? You wanna master that stuff. You wanna be a product of the product. You wanna get to the point where you know that you know that you know that you know that you know. Where you're speaking from a position of strength. Most people don't even read their back office, don't read their website, don't read about their product, don't read about reading. Did I mention that you should read more, right? Read it. Don't be surprised. Your prospects are going to know more about your business than you do if you don't read. Because you'll give me a card, they can go to your website, and they're going to be talking about things that you showed them accidentally that you haven't seen yourself. That's not good, right? If you are the professional. So again, documentation. Documentation says after you get your first person now, get your second one. Then go bronze builder. Documentation says bronze, then silver. And it's real simple. All the bronze should be working on silver, and all the silver should be working on gold. If you're a bronze, you shouldn't be, oh, I'm getting ready to go gold. You're not. You're going to go silver first before you go gold. Right? It allows you to focus. Oh, I'm going to be the next director. No, you're going to be the next bronze first. And then everybody, I love the compensation plan because it says you bronze, 3. And when you have 3, you should be thinking about 3 more going silver. And when you have a silver, you should have one thing on your mind, and that's going gold. And then when you're a gold, you should be thinking about helping those 9 people. And as you help those 9 people, your team is going to grow. Help some other people go bronze, silver, gold, and you're going to be a director. If you don't stop, if you don't stall, if you don't pause, and it's going to get hard. Everybody say it's hard. That's the first thing. A lot of people bring people in business and say, oh, it's easy. All you got to do is sign up, and you're just going to be all around the world. No, you're not. You're still going to be home. Until you start reading and understanding the business that you're in and understand the product that you have, documentation, and then when you're a 1-star, it's natural. You know, Mr. Moore now, you know, again, the money that he makes now, you know, it's not enough. Everybody know that's human nature? The money that Sugar White makes now, even though it's more than he's ever made in his life, even though he makes more in a month now than he used to make in a year, it's just not enough. Anybody know that's human nature? How many people live in their dream house? Nobody does. You know why? Because once you live in it, it's no longer a dream. It's your reality. Documentation. When you get to 1-star, you want to be 2. When you're 2, you want to be 3. When you're 3, you want to be 4. When you're 4, you want to be 5. Cedric White right now is 5-star in our company, and he can't sleep because he wants to be 6. That's just how, right? That's just how it goes. I know Mr. Moore loves that ruby ring, but that's not the ring he wants. He wants the diamond ring. And when he gets the diamond, he's going to want a double diamond. That's just human nature, right? Documentation. But get your lesson in 1st grade before you try to go, and then get it in 2nd grade. Documentation beats, conversation. Competitive spirit. How many people are competitive? Jessica, you put your hand up fast. That means you cry. That means you cry when you lose. Anybody cry when they lose sometimes? Anybody's ever cried when they lost? Andre, you ever cried when you've never cried? Anybody ever, if you've cried before when you lost, stand up. You lost and you cried. In your adult life.
It's kind of painful.
Who's the most, who has, like my competitive spirit, sometimes I have to check it. Anybody got to check their competitive spirit sometimes, Mr. Moore? When you're like, okay, I don't really want them to die, but I just want to beat them, right? Competitive spirit. I love being around people who do not like losing. Who losing is not. It's not. We can't. We can't. Toby, we can't lose. I got a message this morning that my basketball team lost yesterday. First message, as soon as I picked up my phone this morning, I got a message saying that from somebody who beat the team, right? Preston Scott in DC, his team beat my team. As soon as I wake up this morning, he's like, we got y'all last night. I had to check myself. Atlanta Falcons, my team, we were in the Super Bowl. We were winning 28-3, halftime. And then they came back and beat us. Hurt. I couldn't speak. How many people don't like losing for real? How many people don't? I don't mind clapping for you, but at some point I want you to clap for me. Anybody like that? Yes. Yeah, we can't get content over the next year clapping for, ooh, look at those DaCosta, look. We want to clap for them and shake them, but we want them to clap for us sometimes. Right? I'm not coming here for the next 2 years, oh, look at them, they just got their double diamond ring. I remember when they only had, right? I remember I was here when, at some point I need, right, Toby? You're not gonna clap, and I know the Costa brothers amongst themselves are competitive, right? Your competitive spirit is very important, and you're not competing against other people, you're competing against your own personal best. You're competing for your own family. You want your family to have some of those resources. You want your family to have that lifestyle, those 33 holidays, right? Compete, but don't compare. Gotta have a competitive spirit. If you don't have it, step it up a little bit. Be around some people who don't mind, competing. And if you start competing, you'll start reading more, right? If you start competing, you'll be more consistent. Why? Because you're going after something. You're competing against your goal. And set your goal, never adjust your goal, adjust your effort. We said 20,000 people going into June 3rd, Mr. Moore, and we are prepared in May to put it out there, on every day in May, so we can go in. Coachability, that's being an adult, being a father, right? Being a leader. It was hard for me to submit to leadership. But when I realized that what I was doing wasn't working, and I wasn't hitting the goals, right? I had to submit to some leadership, submit to some mentorship. What I was doing, I wasn't getting there. All the ideas I had, it wasn't getting me to where I needed to be, so I had to submit. As a grown man, submit to another person's leadership. It's hard, but you got to do it. Everybody has a coach. Everybody successful in life has a coach. And when you have a coach, be coachable. I'm not going to call plays if you don't run them. If I call 2 plays and you don't run them, don't ask for a 3rd one. What I need to do? One of the first 2 things I told you. Coachability, accessibility. I hear people saying, I can't get them on the phone. Party's over. What do I need to do? I can't get them on answer my call. There's nothing you can do. It's over. You don't have access to that person. That's not your prospect. They're not following you. You're not their leader. You're not their coach. You're not their mentor. If they was, they'd pick up your call. It's over. I don't have accessibility is very important. I see my team in Atlanta every Tuesday night when I'm there. Every Tuesday night, right? Every week, David, that you have a meeting, you know who's following you. Because you see them. They're there. If you don't have access to them, there's nothing you can do. Don't waste your time. Accessibility. I hear people saying, my best friend won't pick up my call. That's not your best friend, man. Newsflash. Accountability. We hold each other accountable, right? I need to hold you accountable. You said you were going to do this, right? If we're going to the gym, Andre, and we said we're going, by December, we're going to be abs of steel, right? That means that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we said we're going to be at the gym at 6 in the morning. I need to see you there. I'm hold you accountable. You'll give me permission. We always say, I'm going to ask you, give me permission. David, I asked you, give me permission to push you. Yeah. Give me permission to coach you. If you say yes, then, right, there's some assignments that I need you to do. There's some things I need to hold you accountable for, right? And I got to hold myself accountable. You get to hold me accountable, too. The things that I said I was going to do, I need to do it, too. Accountability, right? Core characteristics, loyalty, documentation, competitive spirit, coachability, accessibility, and accountability. Recruit with a purpose, right? Some people say, how many people say, I'm not a salesperson? All right, then find some people who are. And override them. Right? I'm recruiting with a purpose. I hated public speaking. Andy knows that. Yes, you do, Andy. When I came in the industry, I hated public speaking. So guess what I started looking for? Public speakers, right? People, they're everywhere too. There are people who just love speaking, right? Who are just really good at it, who have a passion for it, whoever at the church, you see people that, I'm thinking, people who love doing what you don't like doing. There are people who make a living in sales, who don't make residual income, who would love to be introduced to a way to make residual income. I'm not a salesperson, but I sure know some people who try to sell me everything. Find some, right? Recruiters. Building my team. I told you I was going to build the strongest team this company's ever seen, if I'm you. So I need some recruiters. There's some people in this room who are going to talk to everybody. Anybody know people like that who don't meet a stranger, who are going to talk to everybody? Don't you want that person on your team? Trainers. There are some people who are really, really good at training other people. Educators. Do they have educators over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, enthusiasm. Do they have educators over here? They have to, right? Wouldn't those people be ideal for your business?
Yeah.
Once they learn the material, they know how to train somebody else to do it? Speakers, right? And builders. There are some people who can take 12 people, Andre, and turn it into 200 people in a short period of time, right? There are some people who, again, John, can take a few people and turn it into, right? They're builders, right? They spend time with people. They love people. They want to help people. And people know they want to help them. Builder. A recruiter is a person who can go and get people. A builder is somebody who can help those people that they get. The first phase of building is recruiting. Recruiting plus retaining those people equals building. It's not enough just to go get those people. Go get those people, help those people, and you become a builder. Everybody in this room should seek to be a builder. I want to build people. I want to help people go from bronze to director. From director 1-star to 9-star. I want to expose them. I want to put them in environment. I want to give them the right ingredients so that they can win. So again, y'all recruit with a purpose. You're not going to see me get on the train and talk to everybody on the train. But if I meet somebody that has a very pleasant attitude, that we have great dialogue, guess what? I want to sit and talk to that person about partnering with me. Does that make sense? Yeah. So everybody, I'm recruiting with a purpose. I'm not just going, passing out, cards to everybody. No, I'm really, if you have negative energy, you will not get my card. I don't want to talk to you ever again. On purpose. Right? Does that make sense? I don't want to be in business with you. Everybody in your family, you don't want to be in business with. Some of you, the worst thing that can happen is that person that you're begging to get on your team actually get on there. Y'all, there's two very important words in 2 minutes. Y'all, there's two very important words in network marketing. It is duplication and leverage. Leveraging the time and talent of other people. You're going to hear some very special things today from a lot of people. Leverage that. Leverage the time and talent of other people. Duplication. Good is not good unless it's duplicatable. Right? There are McDonald's here in London. There are McDonald's in Los Angeles. And everywhere you go, you're going to see that good quality consistency. In this business, again, it's about duplication and leverage. Y'all, my favorite acronym that I'm going to close with is the definition of poor. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Everybody remember, anybody ever been in the right place at the right time but didn't realize it until years later? That's ever happened to anybody? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear my voice this morning. Not only in the right place at the right time, but you're definitely with the right people. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Don. Donald Radley. My G. Y'all get that? Y'all get that, fam? I'm trying to be cool. My trainers over here, thank you so much. Long way from cool. Okay. Refer to the inside front cover of your the UK side of your program, and you'll see Planning University class schedule for today. You are in the Audley suite, which is on the left. The Grosvenor suite is listed on the right. That's right behind that air wall. You go out the door and take a right by the registration desk. At the class coming up right now, men's locker room discussion that will be led by Orlando Moore. Orlando Moore, dynamite. And same time, next door, women's locker room led by, I would imagine Eileen Ross. I'm looking for that. Led by somebody. Eileen Ross. Yes. My chief. I don't know what that means, but they said it wasn't nasty, so I think we're okay. Okay, that class starts in about 15 minutes in both sides. And then at 9 o'clock, James Ferrara and his IntelliTravel team will be next door in the Grosvenor Suite. And this week will be Orlando Moore. At 10 o'clock, Jessica Sidemar. James Ferrara and Jessica Sidemar at 10 o'clock, and Orlando Moore in this one. David DeCosta's in the 9 o'clock one. You can see we did to confuse you as much as possible. We put the times underneath the that helps a lot. Please notice that. The last class is at 12 o'clock. We got Melody Washington at 11, 12 o'clock Eileen Ross, and then at 9, 10, 11, and 12 is all the travel classes next door. So thank you all so much for coming. If you haven't registered, if you're a guest, please pick up your bag out front of the registration desk, and we will see you in 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Music Maestro.